Have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 1st of February 2024. On this day, from the history point of view, in 1953, over 2,500 people died in the North Sea flood in the Netherlands, Belgium, England, and Scotland. In 1977, the iconic tourist attraction of New Delhi, the National Rail Museum, celebrating the history of train transport in India, was established. In 1977, the Indian Coast Guard was also established. This day is celebrated as National Freedom Day. Everyone should have the freedom to live their lives without discrimination based on their race, gender, sexuality, or beliefs. Honoring the significant signing of the 30th Amendment to the Constitution, which abolished slavery in America, National Freedom Day is an annual United States observance to celebrate the nation's freedom and recognize the efforts of those who fight to protect it. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper, The Hindu states that rumors that Ukraine's top commander may be dismissed expose rifts in Ukraine top brass. Reports suggested President Zelensky had asked popular General Valery Zaluzhny, the general, to step down. A picture of Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky with the commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian armed forces, Valery Zaluzhny. Rifts with the Ukraine's top leadership have burst into the open following swirling rumors that the country's top military chief will be dismissed amid reported tensions with President Volodymyr Zelensky. The Hindu newspaper also states that Budget 2024 live Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to present sixth budget in a row. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will set a record by presenting the sixth budget in a row, 5 annual budgets and one interim, a feat achieved so far only by former Prime Minister Morarji Desai. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, a day before the presentation of the interim budget 2024 at her North Block office in New Delhi on January 31st, 2024. Ahead of the interim budget, union budget, the finance minister in a report pegged India's real GDP growth at closer to 7% in 2024-25, with a considerable scope to outpace 7% by 2023, adding that the economy will hit $5 trillion in the next 3 years, making it the third largest in the world. With the presentation of interim budget on the February's first, Nirmala Sitharaman, MS Sitharaman will surpass the scores of her predecessors like Manmohan Singh, Arun Jaitley and P. Chidambaram and Yashwant Sinha, who had presented 5 budgets in a row. Finance Minister's 10-year review of the economy asserts that India's 7% growth when the world is growing 2% is qualitatively superior to 8 to 9% achieved when the global economy grows 4%. In 2023, the major budget announcement was the increase in the rebate limit for paying income tax to rupees 7 lakh. Further, Railways was according its highest ever capital outlay of rupees 2.40 lakh crore. The Hindu newspaper also states that Supreme Court upholds empowered panel on environment. Institutionalization means that these bodies must work in a compliance with the institutional norms of efficiency, integrity, and certainty. These bodies constitute the backbone of environmental governance in the country. The Supreme Court on Wednesday said India has a myriad regulators, bodies, and authorities engaged in protecting ecology, forest, and wildlife, but their scrutiny has been felt to be insufficient. Supreme Court of India says. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that Hemant Soren's succession plan stalled. JMM Congress coalition asks what is the governor waiting for. Congress says governor did not give them time to meet. Ex-BJP leader calls for short-term president's rule. Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren submits his resignation to Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan in Ranchi on Wednesday. Jharkhand will wake up on February 1st without a chief minister after the governor, that's today, governor told the ruling JMM Congress alliance that he will revert to their proposal to appoint JMM's Champai Soren as the leader of the legislature party after considering all legislators. Chief Minister Hemant Soren had submitted his resignation to the governor C.P. Radhakrishnan at Raj Bhavan on Wednesday night, moment before his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate. The ruling coalition of JMM Congress and RJD has 29, 17 and 1 MLA respectively. In the opposition, the BJP has 26 and the AJSU 3. The CPI ML and NCP AP have 1 MLA each, while there are 2 independents. The governor not showing immediacy has led to some concerns in the JMM Congress camp, sources said. Indian Express also states that Varanasi court allows puja at southern cellar of Gyanwapi Mosque complex. Earlier this month, the Varanasi district administration had taken possession of the southern cellar based on the court's orders. 6 days after it handed litigants copies of an archaeological survey of India report which stated that there exists a Hindu temple prior to the construction of the Gyanwapi Mosque. The Varanasi District Court Wednesday directed that a priest be allowed to perform a puja in the southern cellar of the mosque complex. Hindu plaintiffs have been allowed to offer prayers at Vyas Khana, the previously sealed basement of the Gyanwapi Mosque in Varanasi. ST court ruled on Wednesday. Indian Express also states that do not surrender denominational character. Aligarh Muslim University tells Apex Court. Down said that the education minister, while introducing the AMU bill, narrated the entire history of how AMU came to being, from the foundation of a Muslim Anglo-Oriental college to negotiations with the Muslim University for its conversion into a Muslim university. The Aligarh Muslim University on Wednesday rejected the argument that it had surrendered its denominational character upon its founding in 1920. The center has also argued that AMU was recognized by the Constitution as an institution of national importance and it must reflect the national structure. The Aligarh Muslim University on Wednesday rejected the argument that it had surrendered its denominational character upon its founding in 1920. Senior advocate Rajiv Dhawan, appearing for the university, told a 7-judge Constitution bench presided by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud that the AMU Act 1920 read as a whole, along with the statement of objects and reason and the preamble, clearly reflected on the denominational nature of AMU. The important 4 questions that explained how to read the budget. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman with the Minister of State Pankaj Chaudhary and the Bhagwat Kard a day before the presentation of the Interim Budget 2024. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the last budget of the second Narendra Modi government today, while the technicality, this is just a vote on account, suggests that this budget is not very important. The fact that it is being presented a couple of months before the general elections makes it an extremely important political exercise. Given this backdrop, how should one read today's interim budget? Here are 4 questions which can put this debate in perspective. Number 1 is, will there be a big political announcement in the budget? The second one is, will the budget assume a higher tax bouncy? The third one is, will the budget boost capex continue? The fourth one is, how will the markets react to the budget? Budget may focus on welfare, infra adhere to physic glide path. A view of the old new parliament building on the first day of the interim budget session 2024 in New Delhi on Wednesday. New Delhi, India will meet its fiscal deficit target of 5.9% of GDP in 2023-24 and largely adhere to the NYSE glide path to bring it below 4.5% by 2025-26 on the back of robust GDP growth beyond tax collections and better targeting of expenditures. Officials are familiar with the matter said, adding that public spending on welfare schemes and infrastructure development will continue with a focus on inclusive growth while keeping retail inflation low. Hindustan Times also states that Union Budget 2024 expectations of MSMEs and private business. Union Budget 2023-24 earned around rupees 22,138 crore for MSME ministry, around 41.6% higher than the preceding fiscal year. Allocation of the more funds for the raising and accelerating MSME performance RAMP scheme would provide major financial and technical support to MSME. MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises, which form a major part of private businesses, are poised as the growth engine of the Indian economy, as it contributes around 30% of our GDP, 48% of exports, and provides employment to more than 110 million in rural and urban areas. In the Union Budget interior for 2024-25, no major announcements are expected. Nevertheless, this budget could be similar to the 2023 budgets for MSMEs, wherein the government introduced a host of policies and schemes: credit guarantee trust for MSME revamp, Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, and certain tax benefits increase in their threshold limits under a presumptive taxation scheme, as well as addressing payment issue by allowing tax deduction of expenditure to buyers only on actual payment to MSME. Going towards the economy of the country from the budget point of view, GST collection rise to second highest ever at rupees 1.72 lakh crore in January. The highest ever monthly GST collection was recorded in April 2023 at rupees 1.87 lakh crore. The highest ever monthly GST collection was recorded in April 2023 at rupees 1.87 lakh crore. Budget: a small tax relief measure is likely in the interior budget. Tweaks and a certain income tax, especially for those at the bottom of the taxpayer pyramid, are expected. All eyes are set on today's interior budget, the last one before the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, as Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is likely to roll out a small tax measures to boost welfare spending. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, during the last budget, had made 5 major announcements on the personal income tax to benefit the middle class. But what is the world news, including Israeli Prime Minister says United Nations Agency for Palestinians must close Israeli warplanes strike Gaza. Tech CEO told you have blood on your hands at United States Senate child safety hearing. France's National Assembly approves bill meant to enshrine right to abortion in French constitution. Imran Khan's party leader shot dead. 3 supporters injured in a rally in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Report: Russian military says it has exchanged 195 soldiers with the Ukraine. Russian lawmakers approve bill to confiscate assets of people who discredit army. What was science and technology? Niti Aayog OPPO celebrate anniversary of first private public Atal Tinkering Lab in Kerala. The Atal Tinkering Lab at St. Paul's School in Kochaicharia, Thrissur, Kerala, is the first one to operate on a public-private partnership model. From the left, Biju Praneshwaram, Program Consultant, Kerala Development and Innovation Strategy Council, Deepali Upadhyay, Program Director, Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog, Viveka Vasistha, Vice President Public Affairs, OPPO India, District Education Officer, Director A. Anzar, Wadakot, Thomas Paresh, Priest and School Faculty. James Webb Space Telescope reveals intricate structure of 19 nearby spiral galaxies. The James Webb Telescope was used to take this intricate images of 19 galaxies in our cosmic vicinity. The James Webb Space Telescope observed 19 nearby face-on spiral galaxies in the near and mid-infrared light. Google says it spent $2.1 billion on layoffs last year. Google spent $2.1 billion on severance packages and associated costs as it laid off around 12,000 employees. Last year, despite recording growth in the most core businesses like search and advertising, Google spent $700 million this month of layoffs. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Nelson Mandela, whose full name was Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Born Rolihlahla Mandela, 18 July 1918 up to 5 December 2013. Was a South African anti-apartheid activist and a politician who served as the first president of the South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid or by fostering racial reconciliation. Ideologically an African nationalist and a socialist, he served as the president of the African National Congress (ANC) party from 1991 to 1997. Mr. Mandela says a famous quotation. He says that education is most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Mandela again says a famous quotation. He says that there can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to help others without expecting anything in return. Okay, thank you.